Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. Sunny and warm Nashua, New Hampshire, as we get set for the start of this boys lacrosse game. New Hampshire High School boys lacrosse intra-city rivals. We have Nashua High School North in blue, the darker jerseys, and Nashua High South the Panthers in white with the purple numerals. I'm John Collins along with Tim O'Neill. Our cameraman is Mike Janes. Welcome to this evening's Nashua ETV broadcast. Just underway, Nashua High School boys lacrosse. We are expecting an exciting battle. A lot of these players know each other well from summer camps, from growing up together in lacrosse programs, or some of them have just started, but their coaches both played for Nashua High School before the split in the 1990s. The head coach of Nashua High North is Keith Bertrand, and the head coach of South, we have also Iaquinta, the young coach of South. We're having a little bit of trouble seeing today because of the glare of the sun just over the trees above the Nashua River, but hopefully with Mike Jane's fine camera work, you're able to see a lot of the action that's taking place down on the gridiron right now here at Stellos Stadium on the Motta Field turf. The wind is blowing on top of everything. It's difficult to keep the papers steady from flying around. We got the lacrosse rules and the rosters here, and I'm actually going to stand up so I can see a little bit better.
Yeah, you're on the chairs. Yeah, the elements are affecting us. They're not seeming to affect the players. They've moved the benches over.
You know, these guys are in terrific shape, and they'll be going for a full 48 minutes, 4 12-minute quarters. The ball out of bounds just here in front of us at Stellos. No score. We're just underway. 10.5 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. The players went through about a half-hour warm-up following the Bishop Girton and Amherst, the Souhegan game before this one. And now we have the Nashua game, and we're glad you could join us. With the ball running downfield, number 18 for Nashua South is Peter Gill, one of the mainstays of this program. He's a senior defenseman. He'll be doing a lot of the ball carrying. Number 18, he's right in front of us. Now the ball is down deep. South with their best chance to score so far this evening. Moving down, being stick-checked and poke-checked. He's in a cordon of Nashua North defenders before he's knocked off the ball. That was William Neighbor with the offensive try. North trying to work it out of their own zone now. A little bit of a dangerous back pass there. Getting stick-checked and losing possession momentarily before number 20, Mark Levine, gets it loose and throws it downfield. And so South takes possession and takes it right back over the midfield stripe. This is Nicholas Fredrickson who makes penetration. He gives it up to number 23, I believe that's, or 25, Steve Hall. He gets it down deep. With it behind the north net now is number 13, Nicholas Serra. Serra throws it out in front. South with another good scoring opportunity, but the pass goes awry, and it is rolling out of bounds. It'll be the Titans' possession.
Interesting thing to mention here on this field with all the different lines. The lines we're looking for today are the blue lines, as opposed to the white football lines, which stand out a little more, or the yellow soccer lines. The blue lines are the lines here for what appear to be lacrosse.
Very good point, Tim. They look like shadows from this distance.
It's hard to see them with
this
sun.
Yeah, it's even hard to tell they're blue in spots, especially in the shadowed portion of the field here at Motta Field at Stellos Stadium. We have what may be our first penalty of the game, or at least some sort of infraction that would change the possession here. Back to North's possession, it appears. South committing an infraction. There's penalties called in lacrosse, just like in hockey, for a variety of offenses, mostly for violent play. Down deep, North with maybe their best chance to score. Slipping and falling, though, on the turf was Jonathan Ritter. Maintains his possession again and throws it towards the net. It's deflected away by South and trying to come out of his own end. We've seen players slipping. You know, Tim, with the age of the field turf here at Stellos, you don't get the traction that you used to.
No, we also had a pretty heavy rainstorm earlier this afternoon. A squall came in, dumped probably about a half-inch of rain. Field looked like it's drying up, but it's probably still slick.
So it'll be North's possession to inbound here to the left of the goal, near side. Doing the honors, he can just actually walk it in if he chooses. Adam Murphy trying to get loose. He's being stick-checked by Fredrickson. Murphy working his way in, throws it toward the goal. It's deflected away Good defense there by South to avoid what could have been the first goal of the game. Lacrosse, normally a high-scoring affair, and yet, Tim, we are a good 3.5 minutes in with no score in this one. 8:29 to go in the first quarter.
There's only been a couple of shots by each team. Both teams seem to have pretty good defenses.
Yeah, the midfielders are keeping the attackers at bay so far here early in this one. It's Nashua High South in white. They last won the state championship, or Nashua High School, I should say, last won the state championship in 1998. There's a shot toward the goal. It's either saved or goes off the side. Good try there by South, but North now battling for possession. And it is scooped up by North. No, it's loose on the turf once again, trying to get a hold of it. That's number 25, I believe.
And he's pushed out of bounds.
Stephen Hall is out of bounds with it.
And it looks like it's South's.
South's going to maintain possession.
And in net for Nashua North, made a couple of good saves there, is Spencer Rancourt.
He'll be seeing a lot of the ball today, Will Spencer, as South's got a potent attack. They're 2-2 on the young season. I make that 2-4, actually. They've played 2 more games than North. North's 2-2 going into this one. 100 players are playing actively in Nashua Public Schools in lacrosse, which is the highest number ever, we are told. A lot of our information from today's game we'll be getting from a fine article written by Gary Fitz. Did that go in? Do we have our first goal of the game?
Nope.
No. Strangely, it stayed out. It looked like that Spencer was looking down at his feet like it had bounced through his legs into the goal, but no, he made the save calmly so calmly, kind of like Tuukka Rask on a breakaway that I didn't think he stopped it. But it is still a 0-0 game now. We're under the 7-minute mark left to go in the first quarter. That means we played 5 full minutes, and we're scoreless here at Stellos Stadium. Players electing to go with a slower pace. They know they got to be running in this heat. Here, it's a good 80-something degrees, I'd say, Tim.
Yeah,
at least up in the booth it is.
It definitely is with the sun shining in.
Shot and a save again. The ball is expelled, and Nashua North trying to run it out of their own zone, scooping it up on the fly as he brings it down into the Panthers' territory.
It's Mark Levine.
Mark Levine with it down deep. Shot wide of the goal to the right. It'll go out of bounds behind the net. And I believe that will be South's possession. Or no, in lacrosse, you're able to go get it and bring it back in, apparently. Let's see, whose possession is it? A little break in the action here. 6:05 to go in the first quarter.
And South will be, North rather, will be taking it back in. It looks. Yep.
So I believe that's Charles Cunningham in goal for South, number 1.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, and he is waiting to see what North's attackers will try here. 0-0, 5:45 to go in the first quarter, just underway really here in the sunny and also shadowed turf at Stellos Stadium. North working the ball around the perimeter. There's a great shot on goal that goes wide, a great opportunity, I should say. I don't think it ever really recorded or registered as a shot on goal by Mark Levine, who got open.
It looked like Cunningham hit the ball off with a stick.
He's got that left-handed shot, and he just went wide to the right. Or maybe, as Tim said, Cunningham got a piece of it. In any case, we're still scoreless. Cunningham with it, uses that big goalie stick net to throw it down the field, and right at the feet of his teammate, Greg Scoville, number 35. We have a whistle. Scoville to the turf, and the ball out of bounds, and it's North's possession. Doing the inbounding will be Jonathan Ritter. Ritter, the only senior on North's entire team, number 17. You see him there with the ball in his possession next to the official.
They've got a young team, mostly sophomores, a few freshmen, a couple juniors.
And so that is an obstacle to overcome for this team, of course. But they have a very passionate coach in Keith Bertrand, and so do South. Scott Insignia is the school principal. We have a attack here by North, and they lose possession momentarily. Ball goes back to the midfield stripe with some heavy hitting. A whistle blows.
It looked like it was, it's hard to see because the referees are facing the benches and the benches are on the other side of the field for us. It looked like it might have been a slashing call. But again, it's hard to see because we're not facing the refs.
Right. So the play resumes here. And so it's a battle of two former Nashua High School players who are now coaches, Iaquinta for South and Bertrand for North. And they are co-coaches in summer camps, I understand, from Gary Fitz's article in the Telegraph. So it's, it's a game that both want to win, but the real winner here is lacrosse play in general in the city of Nashua with over 100 boys players now. And matter of fact, there is contemplation by Iaquinta of starting, Coach Iaquinta is thinking of starting a freshman program because he's got 20 freshmen that are ready to play, and he's made a proposal to start a freshman program that he would coach at no charge to the city. So I don't see why they would say no to such a great offer by Coach Iaquinta to start up a freshman program to develop the South players into even better players by the time they're upperclassmen. Out of bounds as South is on the attack, looking for that elusive first goal for either team this evening. With 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, we are scoreless in this intra-city battle. You got South in the white jerseys and North in the dark purple, dark blue rather. It could be purple for all we know.
Looks like purple for here.
Yeah, it's heavily shadowed in front of us here at Holman Stadium. Stellos Stadium. First mistake there with the Holman Stellos. There's a shot to the left of the goal, goes out of bounds.
That was number 8, and we don't have a number 8 on our roster.
So in lacrosse, it's not who shoots it out of bounds, it's who's first to get it, apparently. Maintains possession. That's South. There's a shot from a difficult angle, launched there by Nicholas Serra. Goes wide of the goal. Spencer Rancourt in net for North has stopped everything that he has seen, as has Charles Cunningham for South on the other end, although Cunningham has seen much less action down his end of the field. South in the white jerseys here has been dominating much of the action here in the first quarter, but really nothing to show for it at all on the scoreboard where it counts. Penetration and the shot goes wide of the goal again. So the accuracy just not there so far. That was Peter Gill with a great look at the net, trying to pick a corner there on Rancourt. He misses to the left, but South maintains possession and keeps up the pressure. Another shot goes wide of the goal. I notice that Rancourt chases after it misses a lot of the times. I don't know if he's looking for maybe a loose ball before it goes back across the end line. South brings it in. Now they get it out in front again. Wheeling around is Gill, trying to set himself up for a good shot. Loses it out of the stick net, though, and down comes Nashua North with possession. One of the defenders for the Titans, who's got that longer stick, of course. Number 29, that was Nicholas Coffey. Throws it toward the midfield, and North maintains possession. With it, stick handling is Mark Levine now, and he brings it down. A whistle blows the play dead. It's going to be South's possession on a turnover by North. Under the 2-minute mark to play now in the first quarter. Who will be the first to score? Based on the pressure we have seen, it will be South if they keep this up, Tim.
Yep, they need to seem to calm down a little bit with their shots. They seem to be hitting the ground in front of the goal and bouncing over.
Yeah, you would think they'd maybe aim for the middle of the net because those goals have been so hard to come by. Maybe not be so fine on trying to pick the corners. Kind of a baseball term there, instead of maybe firing it down the middle and seeing what transpires. Now North with a chance, breaking in front of the net and firing it into the goal.
Oh.
Number 20 with the first goal of the game. Mark Levine scores, and he puts his team on the board. So all that pressure by South, and really what amounted to maybe expending too much energy to play defense there in the part of South, it's a 1-0 Titans lead.
Levine had the ball for most of the way downfield. Didn't seem to want to pass it up, took the shot himself, and it went right past Cunningham for the goal.
So Levine with a nifty shot. It looked like he bounced it past the South netminder, and we have our first tally of the game. 1-0. That came with 1:17 to go in the first quarter. Mark Levine, basically unassisted, working his way down deep. Now with the ball in his possession is Austin Bauer, number 24. Puts the brakes on, throws it to a teammate down deep, furthest away from us. The farthest away from us player now for North. He's running toward what amounts to about the 30 or 40 yard line. These guys have to run long distances in sprints in lacrosse.
There's a lot of running.
Throwing it towards the net was Tom Duffy, number 23, but it turned into a rather easy save that time for Cunningham, who launches it far down the left sideline, and it's picked up there by a South attacker. Pressure here, chance to even the score for the Panthers. Working down deep, firing on goal. Looked like a nice save made there by Spencer Rancourt in net. If it wasn't him, it was somebody who made a nice save on a really deadly looking shot from in close.
He was able to bat it away with his stick. He just did it again there too.
And that looks like putting the pressure on there is number 20. The attacker is William Neighbor for South, and he's twice denied within 20 seconds. Still a 1-0 Titans lead with looks like 6.1 seconds to go in the first quarter. And 5 seconds for. We're going to end this first quarter with a Titans advantage as the ball bounces around in the south end. That buzzer means we have played 12 minutes and we have a large wasp in the booth with us.
Oh. You know the spray we have, we can kill it if we want.
Just nature is just. Let me get that. Yeah. It's kill or be killed right now. Our cameraman is Mike Janes upstairs, and he's fighting the glare along with us. Tim O'Neill is my analyst. I'm John Collins. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson. We're glad to have you with us on Nashua's ETV telecast of the Nashua High School Boys Showdown lacrosse between South's Panthers and North's Titans. We are at the break between the first and second quarters of play, 12-minute quarters. It'd be about a 10 to 15-minute break at halftime, and we'll skip that so you can get the action right away. We'll take a little break. We'll skip the full time, but you'll be able to watch it in succession, the quarters here. And I'm sure with all these fans here, it's an indication that there's many more who will be watching the play or the replay at home, depending if they're here live. It's a beautiful day to sit in the stands and bask in the sun here.
Yeah, they're all getting a tan out here today.
Late evening at Stellos Stadium in Nashua on the banks of the Nashua River, which is glistening in the sunlight. It's about an 80-degree day right now in the evening. It's making it a little bit difficult to see, but I'm sure it's more pleasant down on the field where the shadows are long right now.
They've got nice shade from the trees. We have the sun and reflecting off the river as well.
The coach of Nashua North, interesting factoid here, Tim. He was a senior when Nashua won its only state title in lacrosse in 1998. However, although Keith Bertrand enjoys lacrosse, he actually switched from the lacrosse team to the spring track team in his senior year, according to Gary Fitz's article. So he missed out on the victory celebration, but he was a member of the lacrosse program at Nashua High School, which after the split in 2005, the first year they were 13-5, pretty respectable record, but North has suffered from the split terribly in boys lacrosse. They have not had winning records. So they came into this game as the underdog. Did North had played less games, fewer games, at only 4 games on the season to South 6, so less practice time really, or actual game time.
I think they played a couple of games against non-Class L teams.
Oh, it didn't show up in the record?
Yeah.
Okay, so credit Coach Bertrand for getting his team plenty of playing time.
The young team, you want to have them playing, non-conference opponents in the beginning.
But based on past records, you would have to say that North has a history of losing games, the intra-city rivalries to South in boys lacrosse. But right now, as we enter play here in the second quarter underway, it's a 1-0 Titans lead, and they're looking to add to it.
That was Levine again.
Levine, who has the first and only goal of the game, threw one just wide to the right.
He's made 3 shots on goal so far, and I think they've only taken 5. Scoring once for him.
So they like to set up, Mark, in scoring opportunities. With the ball right now and coming downfield's number 5, not on a roster apparently. I don't see a number 5, Tim. Actually, yes, correction, John Beeren Jr. Here he is, John Beeren Jr. Gets the ball down deep into the Titans territory, but the North team able to work it out. Now it's down into the Panthers side of the field. Loose ball gathered up by the Panthers. Downfield it comes. South with a 2-on-3 break. Down deep, a shot and a save. It must have. I'll tell you, Spencer Rancourt wasn't sure, Tim, because he looked behind him into the goal.
The goal wiggled. So to us, it looked like it went in.
His ball really gets around. Mike James on the camera work for Nashua's ETV this evening. Trying to follow the bouncing ball, literally. 10 minutes to go in the first half. They played 12-minute quarters. We played 2 of the second quarter. We're scoreless in the second quarter so far. 1-0. North leads. Great stick check there by the Titans' number 29. That was
Nicholas
Coffey, and he also runs down the field with it. So Coffey, with a tremendous defensive and offensive effort combined, gets the ball down deep into South territory to set up his team for a possible scoring try. Shot on goal, save made by Cunningham, and he scoops it up. Terrific job. You don't have those hockey goalie pads. You just got your shins.
You just got a big stick, yeah.
Oh, boy. So you've got to be willing to take some rubber balls off the kneecaps. Yep. And Cunningham did so there to save his team a goal and keep it at 1-0.
It's a very physical game and very little padding. They've got helmets, they've got small shoulder pads, elbow pads, gloves, and that's pretty much it. The whole lower body is completely exposed, and yet they go at it.
I do see that athletic supporters are recommended.
They're recommended, yes.
Unless you do an Adrian Beltre, I think you're supposed to have one.
Yeah, I would think if I was playing a game with
I think so too.
This much speed and contact and
unpredictability,
you'd want to cover up.
That's it. With it now, number 18, Peter Gill, who's done a lot of the ball handling for South, throws it past the goal. Down to get it is Stephen Morgan, number 4. He'll inbound it from behind the Titans' goal. And you notice the positioning by Trevor Rancourt in goal, Spencer Rancourt in goal for the Titans. He holds his net above the cage to stop any centering passes from going right over the crossbar in front. That's a technique that goalies are taught.
Yep.
Here comes the Titans. They're coming down 3-on-3. A blast from about 15 yards is a goal. The second of the game. We're going to credit Zach Watterson. You have number 27 on that, Tim.
Yep.
Zach Watterson. So it is a 2-0 Titans advantage. Again, South's scoring chance is countered by a long break and run and score by the Titans. So twice they've answered immediately on South scoring chances by going the length of the field, launching a shot that gets past Cunningham for a 2-0 Titans lead. I don't think they've put it on the board yet.
No.
But they are facing off at the center of the field, so that would indicate it is a 2-0 Titans lead thanks to the great shot by number 27, Zach Watterson, just a sophomore. 8:40 to go in the first half.
It's on the scoreboard now. So
there it is. So Levine and Watterson with the 2 goals for the Titans. Immediately, South scores.
Right back.
Wow, that was quick. I'm talking about 4 seconds difference between the second goal for the Titans and that goal right there for South.
12 or 16?
We will await the hero to emerge from the shadows, 18. Tim. And 18. You got Peter Gill. Peter Gill had been frustrated to this point. I think you're right.
It's hard to tell here. Peter Gill was, it's really hard to see from up here.
He is right there on about 20 yards from the goal, standing in the middle of the field for South. And I believe you're right. I believe that was Peter Gill, the attacker, senior attacker for South, who picks up the first goal of the game. So it's 2-1. South looking for the equalizer just this quickly. Ball's down deep, and Gill fighting for it. Is a stick check by 3 or 4 Titan defenders, smartly so, as they defuse that South threat, and the ball out of bounds. It'll be inbounded by the Panthers. Chance still for the equalizer here. 8:05 left in the first half.
Is there 2 18s, or is that
That's a 16.
If that's a 16,
yeah.
okay, that's Kyriakakis bringing the ball out now. Okay, that does look like an 18. So it was 18. Peter Gill who scored the goal.
Yes, Andrew Kyriakakis. You see a lot of crossover here in this game. There's a save made or a ball goes wide. Hard to tell at the velocity that was thrown at by Kyriakakis. A lot of crossover here in lacrosse. You see football players and hockey players who we've called their names during the course of this 2009-2010 high school season, which is rapidly coming to a close. It's graduation season for the colleges as we speak. The high school's next month.
Well, this week is apparently the rivalry week between North and South. So we're doing the North-South baseball game this Saturday. We're covering that as well.
Looking forward to that. Big shot there, goes wide. I believe that was number 34, James Gagnon for North, that had a big windup and a chance to get it past Cunningham. 2-1. The Titans in the dark blue jerseys and white numerals are leading the Panthers in the white and purple numerals, but a chance to equalize it here. A down deep run, and the shot is saved by the North goaltender, Rancourt. How did he stop that one? Terrific running chance by William Neighbor. Nobody seemed to step up and stick check him or body check him out of the way. He was just a few steps away from Rancourt when he launched it, and yet the save made, and it's still a 2-1 game.
They called a penalty. I didn't quite see what it was.
In lacrosse, by the way, it is legal to poke an opponent accidentally in the chest or as you go for the ball to knock the ball loose from his stick basket. Looks like there's a timeout called down the field. Each team gets timeouts. I think the indication is that it was called by the team that's in the lead, the Titans, but it was probably a penalty against them. They want to talk strategy here as they're about to play a man down. But there is, a personal foul could consist of tripping or slashing or recklessly charging an opponent, using your stick or body to illegally check an opposing player. You are allowed to check a player within 15 feet of a loose ball. And I guess that would include a ball that the player who is being checked has not yet touched. In ice hockey, of course, if you have not yet touched a puck, you are technically off limits to be checked. It'll be interference, but I think the rules on body checking are a little more liberal in lacrosse.
Appear to be, yes.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons that they advocate a weightlifting program a lot of times to protect players, get a protective coating of muscle, for lack of a better term, so that you can absorb those hits. And I do understand that one of the assistant coaches for South, Bill Monson, a former lacrosse player at Nashua High School, is a strength and conditioning program leader for this lacrosse team for South. Coach Iaquinta has started up. Both of these coaches say they were heavily influenced by former Nashua coach Gordon Webb, who is currently the head coach at Plymouth State. Coach Iaquinta calls Coach Webb the wisest lacrosse man I have ever met. So that's also from the Gary Fitz article. So it is a friendly rivalry between these two coaches, Iaquinta and Bertrand, here this evening. They're watching their two teams locked in a 2-1, a thrilling game to this point. 6 minutes, just under 7 minutes to go. 6:50 to go in the first half. 2-1, the Titans lead in the dark jerseys, in the white jerseys. The Panthers looking for that elusive equalizer. They have had the majority of chances in this game. They just haven't been able to put them by. Spencer Rancourt. Shot from about 10 yards there, goes wide to the left. Kind of a Jeter-esque jump shot by Peter Gill that time, or was it Kyriakakis, number 16?
I think it was Kyriakakis,
yes. Using that right-handed shot from the right. Now Gill throws one towards the goal, and it goes
bounced
wide again. Tried kind of a sidearm slingshot there. Wasn't able to get it through. Gill being marked carefully in the middle by the Titans defenders, not wanting to get him loose like Phil Esposito. And that defender right there to make a terrific play, Daniel Casey, the sophomore, number 54. He's the one that's been marking Gill in the middle and trying to hold him at bay. And not only was able to stop that shot, but able to scoop it up and get it out of harm's way.
And so we've got another timeout.
Taking advantage of both of their timeouts here, strategically doing so. 2 timeouts in the half. Coach Bertrand giving his penalty killers a bit of a rest. 2 rests, really, before the penalty started and in the middle of it here. Trying to ward off that equalizer and then go back on the attack. 2 times in this game, we have seen the Titans stave off a great scoring chance by South and then sprint the length of the field and set themselves up for a score of their own. It was a 2-0 lead only very briefly before
comeback.
Yeah, this goal was scored by Peter Gill, who just said enough of this. You know, I mean, we haven't scored. They have 2. Now they're threatening to run away with it, and he just went down in about 4 seconds from the midfield faceoff to score the first goal of the game for the Panthers. So the team's returning to the field now after the quick timeout. That's one advantage of being the goalie in lacrosse is you don't have to run as much.
No, you don't.
Just have to run to the sideline and back to the net before and after timeouts. They'll be inbounding on the shady side of the field here. And sprinting downfield with it, the Titans with their first possession in the offensive zone in quite a while. Jonathan Ritter loses the handle there for North, number 17, and the ball's loose in a scrum. Some heavy hitting and stick checking. Maybe a little slashing, and there it is. We're going to get a penalty against number 22 for North. He got carried away. Brian Renzi, ill-advised slash right in front of the official. And when North gets possession, we will hear the whistle. There it is. That is going to be a 2-minute penalty against North. And you know what, Tim? They were just on the penalty kill. This is going to take a lot out of it.
Yep.
The young Titans team. But kind of an emotional outburst there with the stick by Renzi, and he's going to get penalized. So the Titans will have to play a man down with 5:25. It is an excellent opportunity, 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first half. An excellent opportunity for the Panthers to tie it up or better before halftime. On the attack now, the Panthers looking for an opening. Tough angle there, trying to work in for a better shot. Throws it into the goal.
Number 20.
William Neighbor throws it past. Rancourt, gave himself a great angle, Tim, and
That
it
was
just
a great score.
high percentage shot.
Yep.
So we're even at 2-2 here at Stellos Stadium in Nashua. I'm John Collins along with Tim O'Neill. The camera work courtesy of Mike Janes, who's upstairs from us. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson. Of course, lacrosse, usually very high scoring. The goals can come rapidly. My theory is it's always more fun to play offense, and so it takes more energy, physical and mental, to play defense. And some of the time, you get scoring sprees late in games as people continue to have fun, and it gets more draining to come up with the energy to stop the floodgates. 5 minutes even to go in the first half. Ball out of bounds. Panthers possession, dangerously so for the Titans, down deep. Trying to fight off the attackers is Daniel Casey, number 54, in defense for the Titans, but the Panthers regain possession. Behind the goal, this is number 13. Throwing it out front is Nicholas Serra. Hovering over the right point area now. Appears to be either Kyriakakos. It's now behind the goal. I lost track of the ball there for a second. Stephen Morgan with it. Shot to the left of the goal, just misses. As Tim O'Neill gets trapped in a wind tunnel.
We're getting all the elements here.
Yeah. I know. I'm glad you can't see me on camera right now. I am standing on a Stellos Stadium chair to keep my head above the large picture window here in the press box. because from my neck down is just completely sunshine. And I could not see otherwise if I wasn't standing on this chair.
Still getting the glare off the river, though.
And Tim's trying to fight it like a man, like head on. He's taking on the sun down there. And the wind, too. Peter Gill maneuvering, took a check from about 4 Titans players before he launches a shot that is stopped by Rancourt. Cole, beautiful save by the Titans goalie.
Great save.
Interception by Morgan. He's got a chance of 2-on-1, and he throws it off of the goaltender. Another save by Rancourt, who scoops it up. So covering for his own mistake there, not clearing it safely. It was stolen away by Stephen Morgan, number 4. He had a 2-on-1 going. He elected to shoot it from a tough angle on the right side, and calmly making the save was Rancourt. So we're still tied at 2. 3:25 to go in the first half. Avoiding some stick checks, Kyriakakos gives it up. Now maneuvering with it is Neighbor, who has a goal in this game. He throws it towards the net. Gill can't get the handle. We have a whistle. 3:09 to go. Do we have a timeout or an infraction?
A flag.
Do we have a penalty against? It could be Kyriakakos who's sprinting off. No, he's getting substituted for, so we're seeing actually mass substitutions right now as coaches Quinn and Bertrand want some fresh legs on the field.
3 came off, 2 came on, so it does look like it's on North.
Another penalty on North?
It looks like it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe not.
Shot and a goal. Or is it off the side of the net?
No,
Excuse me.
Side.
We're totally fooled by the illusion of the net billowing on the shot from the far right side. So it did not go in. Rancourt held the short side, and he held the lead at 2. 2-2 is the score. Under 3 minutes to go now. 2:47 left in the first half of a 2-2 game. Thrilling battle between intra-city rivals Nashua High North in the dark jerseys and white numerals, and the Panthers in white with the purple numerals. Ball fought for about 40 yards from the Panthers goal. Panthers get possession and sprinted to the Titans end of the field. Out of bounds over there. Stephen Morgan couldn't corral it. And so it'll be inbounded, it appears, by number 20, Mark Levine, who's got one of the 2 Titans goals. 2:35 left in the first half. Levine inbounds it, plays it safe, back to his defenseman, trotting out and throwing it upfield. Missing his intended target, however. Good thought there by Tim Croteau, the defender number 21. It's got to be difficult to be accurate with those really long sticks. I mean, they can launch them, but must take a lot of practice to throw what amounts to a long bomb, a 60-yard pass from stick to stick. And so the Panthers come back with possession. The attackers, of course, with those much more shorter sticks that are easier controlled. Shot from a good angle there at that time by number 20 is William Neighbor, looking for his second goal of the game. He shoots it again. Looking behind him is Rancourt, but the ball bounced out in front. Whistle blows the play dead, and it will be the Titans' possession.
It might have hit the post because Rancourt looked behind him as though the ball had gotten behind him and then it was already bounced down the field.
I think he's looked behind him more than he's let up goals today. I mean, he looked behind him at least 4 or 5 times, but he's only given up 2 goals. So I think we're seeing an unusually low-scoring game to this point. It's a thrilling game, though, as Renzi gives another cross-check in front of the official. You better watch that. He'll get penalized again. Number 22 in the dark jerseys for North. Now he's teaming up with number 17, Jonathan Ritter, who goes running all the way behind the goal, being pursued mightily by Greg Scoville, number 35, throwing it up the left sideline and finally connecting with his teammate. That's Zach Watterson. Watterson working his way toward the middle. Gives it up now. Down deep. And a missed pass is going to go out of bounds and become South's possession. I actually have one foot on 2 different chairs. I'm walking on chairs like walking down the street on tops of cars here to try to keep my head above the sun line here in the press box at Stellos Stadium. A beautiful day to be at the field and watch a game, and more difficult day to be in a sun-filled press box trying to pick out numerals from 100 yards away. But with the help of Mike Jane's camera work, I think the people at home are getting a pretty good look right now at a 2-2 game with under a minute to go in the first half. The Panthers trying to fight for possession here and get the lead that they have not enjoyed at all in this game. Heavy hitting being exchanged at midfield. Whistle blows the play dead. Do we have a high stick? Do we have a penalty? I'm looking for a flag down on the field, and I don't see one. I just see maybe a timeout to be called by South. Perhaps they.
I think it said timeout blue. So
timeout blue. I was fooled, I think, by the football symbol that you see on the scoreboard over there to indicate. I believe that usually indicates the timeouts. Neither team has a timeout left, though, according to the scoreboard.
I don't think they put timeouts out.
Maybe they're just
before,
not posting them.
They're not.
Yeah, just leaving them at 0.
I did hear the ref yell timeout blue, so I'm assuming that's North.
Yeah, I guess that football usually indicates possession. You can't be indicating possession in a lacrosse game.
No, it can be impossible.
Yeah,
it'd be a strobe.
You'd be cross-eyed by the time the game ends. Strobe is right.
The only thing we really see on here is the time, the score, and what quarter it is. And down, distance, ball on, that there's no real reference in this sort of game.
And I want to make a remark, too, right now as we have this timeout with 44.4 seconds to go in the first half, Tim. Field turf, if you've seen it up close, I know you've walked on it. If anybody at home hasn't walked on field turf, it's fake grass that has little rubber pellets in it to imitate dirt and everything. But over time, it turns into one of those old-fashioned carpets.
It wears down. This is about a 7 or 8 year old field. I think they're supposed to go 10 years.
It's like a threadbare carpet after a while.
We've got 3 high schools playing football, soccer, field hockey, and lacrosse.
And it costs a lot of money to replace, so they try to get as much use out of it.
They were planning on replacing, and I think it's been delayed.
Right.
So
here we are, and as Tim said, there was a rainstorm that affected the play early in the game, but I haven't seen any slippages.
No, it looks like the field is probably dried up. It was earlier this afternoon, a very big squall. It only lasted probably about 5 minutes.
30 seconds, plenty of time to do damage in a lacrosse game, and the Titans trying to go for what looks like a last shot here. Making his way toward the goal is Mark Levine, falling, and he gets a shot away, tipped just to the left of the goal. Of course, more difficult to go tic-tac-toe passing with lacrosse stick baskets, but right now with it, number 22 is Brian Renzi trying to maneuver for a shot. He gets one away in traffic. Loose ball, fought for 4 seconds, 3 seconds. It's on the turf, and that's 1.2 seconds with a whistle. As we
North trying to make something happen in the last few seconds. It looked as though they were trying to kill the clock, but it doesn't look that way now. Nope.
A shot at the buzzer is no good, and it is a 2-2 game at the half.
Very low score for a lacrosse game.
Yes, we've seen a lot of chances, not a lot of goals, and that has set up an exciting finish on the way here. John Collins with Tim O'Neill and Mike Janes on the camera. You are watching Nashua's ETV, the broadcast of the May 3rd game at home at Stellos Stadium with the score at the half. Nashua High School 2 and Nashua High School South and North both 2. We'll come back with a third period action right after this break. Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire for the second half of this evening's exciting Nashua Boys Lacrosse game. It's Nashua High South against Nashua High North. We are deadlocked at 2-2 as we begin play here in the third quarter. Nashua High North took a 2-0 lead. South came back to tie it up And they're trying to take that momentum at the end of the first half here into the second half, but a save quickly made by Spencer Rancourt. Picks up the loose ball. The goaltender for North has seen the majority of the action in his end of the field all evening long. The long shadows have now fully covered Stellos Stadium, but they are still bathing the press box in brilliant light, which is very difficult to see through. But we will try to get you the correct numbers of the players who are making the plays and scoring the goals in this very exciting game through the first half. 2-2. It's anybody's lacrosse game right now. I'm John Collins along with Tim O'Neill, our color analyst, and Mike Janes, our executive producer Pete Johnson. Thank you for watching Nashua's ETV broadcast. We're broadcasting lacrosse and soccer and baseball through the spring, as we did basketball and football in the fall. This 2009-2010 high school season rapidly coming to a close. It's been a joy bringing you these games. We have a few baseball games still to come, a few lacrosse games, and hopefully some playoffs if some of these teams can advance to the next rounds. I'm sure some of the Nashua baseball teams, from what we saw, have the personnel to do that. Nashua High scores. The Panthers get the first goal of the second half, and that was number 8 with a beautiful right-handed shot launched from the near side. I think it was number 8, maybe it was number 6, Matthew Auger. I say that because I don't see a number 8 on my program. So I'm going to go with number 6, Matt Auger, with a beautiful right-handed shot from a rather difficult angle. Gets a ball past Spencer Rancourt, who hasn't let too many get by him into the net this evening. 3-2, that's the first lead of the game for Nashua High South, who trailed by 2-0 before coming back to tie it. And now scoring first here in the second half. Auger from the right side of the goal. 10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We play 12-minute quarters in boys high school lacrosse with a short break in between the quarters. There are penalties, as in hockey. A team can play a man down. Some nifty footwork and stick work by Peter Gill, who's got one of the 3 goals for Nashua High South. Also scoring was William Neighbor, who's got the ball right now. Neighbor throws it towards the middle. A missed pass and a breakout for the Titans. Down the field they come. With it, Tim Croteau, number 21, getting checked heavily and still maintaining possession and breaking his way down the right side. Croteau still with it. Throws it towards the middle. And now maneuvering, trying to get loose and find a teammate that's open. Looking for a shot, getting down deep, getting checked away from the net though. Good defense by Nashua South. That was number 20, Mark Levine, who's got one of the 2 goals for the Titans. Save made by Cunningham, who's going to sprint behind the net and launch one with that big netminders netting. And he gets it out into the left flat. Loose ball being scooped up there by South. Heavy check laid on the midfielder for South, and the ball taken away. Possession by North. They throw it downfield. It's a loose ball being chased after near side by Stephen Crocker, number 9, with possession for North. He throws it out front. Number 23 with it is Thomas Duffy. Duffy looking for a teammate. He finds him in Zach Watterson, who's got one of the goals in this game. One of the 2 goals for the Titans, who trail 3-2. The only time they've trailed in the game. We're under 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Titans maneuvering for a shot. They are about 20 yards away from the goal, now getting down deeper, making the penetration. Jonathan Ritter, number 17, being checked away from the goal. Loose ball in front is scooped up by the Panthers. A heavy check there laid by Tom Duffy. Gets the ball on the ground, and now it's loose. It's anybody's ball. Nashua High School boys lacrosse. You got South in the light white jerseys and Roman purple numerals. And the Titans in blue have a chance here. Ball bouncing just to the right of the goaltender, the left of the net, goes wide. And the Panthers with possession. They throw it downfield. Sprinting down there with it in his stick net. A goal. The Panthers answering back some of their own medicine The Titans had done that twice to the Panthers earlier in the game, where they had staved off a great scoring chance by the Panthers, and they went downfield and scored a couple of goals. Now the tables have turned, and the Panthers were able to stave off a chance by the Titans and go down the length of the field. A great assist there made by number 29 or 25, Stephen Hall, the senior midfielder, going the length of the field and giving the ball up. And apologize if we didn't get the right goal scorer there, because I think it was not Hall who ended up with the ball on his stick and threw it past Rancourt as the sun climbs to a point where it's very difficult to see from the top of the stands to the field. But we do see that the ball is in the possession of the Titans as they try to get back in the game. 4-2, a 2-goal lead now for the Panthers. Nashua High South has scored 4 unanswered goals since they went down 2-0 early. 7:42 to go in the third quarter. A lot of the fans in front of us are shielding their eyes to be able to see the field. The players are fine. I mean, they're in 75-degree comfort, and the visibility, I'm sure, is excellent down on the field. It's the people who are sitting up higher in the stands and the talking head types that are having difficulty with the bright sun above the trees here over the Nashua River. A beautiful May 3rd evening in Nashua. There's a shot slingshotted toward the goal, goes wide left by Peter Gill. The senior defenseman and attacker in this game has had a lot of chances. Gill calling for it now out in front, and he gets it, he shoots it quickly, and it goes over the goal. Good feed from behind the net by Stephen Morgan, who was able to set up Gill for a great shot. Again, they're trying it. Morgan tries to find Gill. Instead, it's on the right side of the goal, and it is rolling out of bounds. It'll be Nashua North's possession. Oh, no, it's actually South's possession. Walking it in is James Halloran. Halloran behind the net, it goes to Morgan. Back out front, Gill's got another chance, a shot. And it goes to the wide right of Rancourt. First back there to claim possession is Halloran. But it will be North's ball instead. North with it. This is where you need Gordon Webb as a color analyst to explain to me the possession behind the goal. Seems to be rather difficult to understand sometimes about who takes it out. What a great rush being put on here by the Titans' number 20, Mark Levine, who's got a goal, and this one seems determined to score another. Puts the brakes on now, and he's being stick checked and body checked, but maintains possession about 20 yards from the Panther net. 4-2, the Panthers lead in white against the Titans in blue, down by 2 goals and trying to make a game of it. 6:23 left to play in the third quarter. It'll be the Titans ball near corner. With it now, throwing it back out toward the point there was Tyler Lewis, number 6. Tyler's got it back again. Throws it down deep. They're playing some catch here of the Titans as they try to set themselves up for a shot. Loose ball scooped up by the Panthers. A heavy hit there within striking distance of the ball. I don't know if that's going to be a penalty because it was a hit from behind. We have some substitutions made here by the Titans to get some fresh legs on the field. The Panthers trying to corral it and get an attack going here. Nifty move put on there by number 35, Greg Scoville, who still has it. Scoville flings it towards the middle of the field as he gets checked to the ground, but he sets up his team with a scoring chance here. Gill down deep. Shot saved by Rancourt. The Panthers developing a scoring chance so quickly there, but the Titans pick up the loose ball, sprinting downfield and being checked mightily number 29, Nicholas Coffey, finally broken up, and the Panthers scoop it away. Downfield comes William Neighbor. He's looking for his second goal of the game. Loses possession, though, as the ball gets checked off his stick, and Gill's got it. Peter Gill throws it towards the middle. Here's a chance here for Morgan. Morgan looked like that was a shot that turned into a pass. The Panthers setting themselves up for another shot in the middle. Heavy check laid on there, though, by number 17, Jonathan Ritter, to avoid that scoring chance for the Panthers. They still have possession, though. The shot goes wide of the goal. And Nashua High South has possession. 4.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. The Panthers trying to add to their 4-2 lead. This is Nashua High School Boys Lacrosse intra-city rivalry. Shot and a save made by Rancourt. Point blank try by Kyriakakos, number 16. How did that not go in? Another terrific save by the Titans netminder, Spencer Rancourt. Midfield, ball fought for, Panthers possession. Down comes Kyriakakos again, avoids a check, sets himself up for that right-handed shot, and did he pick the corner? No, he went right past the post, though. A terrific try. Kyriakakos got to catch his breath after that. Another brilliant sprint and a near goal. 4-2, the Panthers putting the pressure on, looking for that 3-goal advantage, which would be the biggest lead of the game. Checked off of the offensive try there was Levine. Only one senior on the entire Nashua High North roster in the dark jerseys. They've got Jonathan Ritter, otherwise a very young team. Sophomore laden, a lot of juniors as well. And they are up against a much more experienced Panther team, and that's taken its toll apparently on the scoreboard. Anyway, 4-2, the Panthers lead the Titans. And Nashua South looking for more, trying to work his way in front in heavy traffic to get a shot. Instead, he loses possession. That was number 20, William Neighbor, who was knocked off the ball, and the Titans trying desperately to get it out of their own end. They've had a lot of difficulty doing that in the past 5 minutes, for much of the third quarter, in fact. Charles Cunningham's been a very lonely goaltender for South, and I think he likes it that way. 3:15 to go, third quarter. As we have the ball inbounded. I'm going to open one of these windows. And the visibility has just gotten a lot better as the sun dips a little bit more behind those trees next to the Nashua River. Playing some catch now are the South Panthers. In front of us, number 43. Sorry, not listed on the program, but some keep away being played. Here's Kyriakakos. Quick shot by Gill, and whoa, that was the prettiest goal of the evening. Andrew Kyriakakos to Peter Gill, and it was a one-timer. 5-2 is the lead. So after a game filled with frustration for Gill, the waiting pays off, and the pressure and the effort pays off, I should say, as he flings the pass seemingly without ever stopping the ball. It was just almost a ricochet off of his netting and into the goal behind Rancourt. A beautiful goal by Nashua South, a 5-2 lead. The Titans trying to score, and they do. That was as quick as South answered back to a goal in the first half. Brilliantly done by the Titans. I believe that was the young man who's going out to take the face-off right now for Nashua North. Austin Bauer, number 24, taking the face-off at midfield after, I believe, scoring that third goal of the game for the Titans. So great answer back by Bauer and his mates. The Titans have tightened this up immediately here after surrendering the fifth goal by Gill. Fifth goal by Nashua South, scored by Gill, his second of the game. The Titans now running downfield with it is Alexander Flynn, number 18, but he's broken up, and the Panthers with a chance to answer back themselves. Ball goes past Gill, and Morgan's going to try to whack it back in bounds. He does. Scooped up there by Bauer, number 24. He feeds it up ahead, and nice pass completed to Ritter. Ritter's going to try to run it down and throw it downfield. Giving it up is Timothy Croteau, number 21. A substitution on the fly as Croteau comes out, and into the game comes Zach Watterson. Another tidbit about lacrosse you may not have known. You can substitute on the fly. James Gagnon, number 34, with it. Throws it down deep into the left corner. Maneuvering down there is number 9. Stephen Crocker being checked heavily, and the ball is taken away by Jason Hayden. Good defensive work by the Panthers. Hayden, number 12. There's a whistle after a player hits the turf. It was Morgan checking Croteau, I believe. We have a stoppage. 1 minute even to go in the third quarter. Visibility for us folks in the press box and camera area has improved in the last few minutes, and as I say that, it goes away again. The sun comes back for a bit. It is on the way down. 5-3, the Titans trail. They are in the dark blue jerseys with the white numerals, and of course Nashua High South with the white jerseys and the purple numerals. 5-3, the Panthers are ahead with possession here with only 40 seconds to go and the clock running in the third quarter. Big shot here, goes wide left of the goal. That was lined up by the Panthers' number 6, Matthew Auger. So South now with it. Trying to get another clear shot at the goal. Nicholas Serra, number 13. Back to William Neighbor. Neighbor gets down deep and throws it wide right of the goal. Panthers will take the possession. 10 seconds left to go. Chance for another shot perhaps before the end of the third quarter. It's all the way back out to the point. Peter Gill, is he going to launch it from there? Yes, he is. And it hits a defender. It's stopped there by Daniel Casey. Daniel Casey makes the quarter-ending save for the Titans on a Peter Gill shot. So 5-3 is the score as we go into the fourth and final quarter of play. Barring overtime, they will play a sudden death overtime if they need to, if it is tied at the end of regulation. And I would not predict against it. As hard fought as this game has been, and as much energy as South has expended in trying to pile up the goals, perhaps North has enough of a burst remaining to even up this game. We shall see. I'm John Collins. On camera is Mike Janes. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson. Glad to be bringing you this Nashua ETV broadcast of this Nashua High School lacrosse game between the intra-city rivals South in white and the Titans in blue as they powwow with their respective coaches, Bertrand for North and Iaquinta for South. Both of these young men just took over as the head coaches of the lacrosse programs when the previous head coaches left in the spring. It was only a month's preparation for both teams, so on that score they're fairly evenly handicapped, you might say. But a lot of enthusiasm on part of both of these coaches, who each credit former Nashua coach Gordon Webb with being a mentor. Webb, who is now currently the Plymouth State head coach, is the wisest lacrosse man I've ever met, Coach Iaquinta from South says about Gordon Webb. That's from Gary Fitz's article in the Telegraph. Thanks, Gary, for writing a very informative article just a few days before this game between Nashua High North and South. My partner Tom King, of course, covering the Bruins game, which happens to be going on this evening. He'll be back with me for future Nashua ETV broadcast. We have baseball coming up, BG, South, and North, all being featured here from Stellos Stadium on Nashua's ETV. There's the face-off for the start of the fourth quarter. The Panthers lead by 2 in white, 5-3, and they've got possession. That's Matthew Auger sprinting downfield to the right with the ball. He's looking for a teammate to throw it to. He throws it down deep. Behind the net goes Stephen Morgan trying the wraparound. He throws it over the top, of the goaltender and into the net. Morgan successful with the wraparound upstairs, downstairs shot, and it gets behind Rancourt for the 6th goal of the game. So a tricky technique that time by Stephen Morgan, who's done yeoman work going back and getting that ball and working behind the net to set up players in front. I think he's kind of surprised Rancourt with that strategy to come out front and throw it in himself on the wraparound. A very accurate shot from up top. So Stephen Morgan gets on the scoreboard himself after setting up his teammates all game long. It's a 6-3 advantage. Back to a 3-goal lead for the Panthers. Let's see if the Titans can answer back. They've only been down by 3 for a short time in this game before this. Panthers, though, looking for that 7th goal, and they get it. Now the floodgates appear to have opened. A terrific run and shot from in close by number 20, William Neighbor, his 2nd goal of the game. Like a good neighbor, William is there. I know you just groaned, Mike Janes. I can't see you, I can't hear you. I know you did. 11 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. William Neighbor gives South a 7-3 advantage. And with it now, nobody. A loose ball, it's whistled dead. We got a push in the back, it looks like. Thank you to the Nashua High School South and North lacrosse programs for providing us with the information on the rules in boys lacrosse, and the referee calls look like, according to the charts we had in legal body check, it was just whistled. So it's Titans possession, trailing by 4, 7-3, sprinting to the middle of the field. Passing it was number 17, Jonathan Ritter, over to his teammate, number 23, Thomas Duffy, gives it back to Ritter, who feeds it over to Brian Renzi. Renzi down deep. Nice completed passes here. Tyler Lewis, number 6, trying to maneuver. He's still got it. He's being marked over there by the defenseman with that big, long stick. Number 5 is John Beeran Jr., and the flag flies, and it might be Beeran who's going to go off for a few minutes here. Looked like from the official signal that might have been an illegal body check. So John Beeran will go into the penalty area for a few minutes. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players for Nashua. And an advantage here for the Titans. They're trying to feed on the power play. Shot, save, made. I think it was like a left shoulder save there by Cunningham on a terrific chance by Jonathan Ritter, number 17, who let it fly. The Titans try to get one off, and they do. Another save is made by Cunningham on a down deep shot that time by number 20, Mark Levine. Panthers broken up in their own end. 9:40 to go in the game. Ball played back to the goaltender, but as the whistle sounds, we have a timeout called, I believe, by Nashua South, as they had possession at the time of the timeout. So 9:42 left in this game, barring overtime, which at this point would be a surprise because it is a 7-3 advantage for Nashua South. They were down 2-0 in this one early, but then the experienced Panthers started to take over, and they came back to take a 4-2 lead, made it a 5-2 lead for a moment. It was 5-3 after the quick goal by the Titans. And then again, the offensive prowess of the Panthers started to show itself. They've expanded it to a 7-3 advantage with 9.5 minutes left in this lacrosse game. 100 players now playing lacrosse in the two schools combined, Nashua High South and North, which is a point of pride for both of these coaches, Bertrand and Iaquinta, who share a lot of the same summer camp duties and are hoping to develop Nashua, both schools, into powers to be dealt with in the playoffs in years to come. The last time and only time Nashua High won a state title in boys lacrosse was in 19 98, of course, well before the split of these two schools. South has enjoyed the better records over those years since the split. North trying to come up with their first winning record. 9.5 minutes to go in the game. South with possession, trying to add to their 7-3 advantage. Playing a little bit of keep away here as the clock is their friend right now. Sprinting around with the ball is Stephen Hall, number 25. He's pretty content to stay out there by himself near the 30-yard line as the football field goes. But, of course, you should pay attention to the blue lines. As Tim O'Neill pointed out earlier, they're easier to see now. The sun's gone down. It's the blue lines in lacrosse that count, not the football lines, which are still clearly demarcated on the field. The netminder's goal is at about the 10-yard line in football terms. So it's easy to mark how far away the attacker is from the net. Right now, we are seeing a good job of holding on to possession by William Neighbor, 10 yards exactly from the net. Now make that 10 again. That's number 25 with it. Stephen Hall. Hall loses possession. It's scooped up by the Titans, so they get back that valuable possession that they need here, trailing by 4, and try to get something going. Checked out of bounds with the ball in his stick in his possession was Mark Levine. So it'll be South's possession as they inbound it on the far side midfield. A wraparound stick check there, a wrap check, doesn't deter the South ball carrier. Stephen Hall, number 25, gives it up to Gill. Gill trying to make some moves here. Goes wide right. Being checked on the play all the way behind the goal by Jonathan Ritter, number 17. He just sticks with Gill. Doesn't let him have the penetration. He gives it up. Got to be winded after that sprint to William Neighbor. Neighbor gives it up. Also to Auger. Across the field and out of bounds it goes. Intended for Gill. It's going to be North's possession. Doing the honors will be number 17, Jonathan Ritter, the only senior on North, number 17 for the Titans, a very young team. Trailing 7-3 with 7:48. They need to mount a big comeback here. Gill lays a lick on Ritter, but Ritter maintains possession. He runs by everybody. He's to midfield. He avoids another stick check. He's still got it. Now he's only 20 yards out from the goals. He throws it towards the net. Loose ball picked up. Shot over the goal. Terrific try by Tyler Lewis. Might have been deflected. He was in great angle, great positioning to get that shot off towards the goal, but it went harmlessly away over the net to the back line. Now with it is Stephen Crocker. Gives it up to Mark Levine, who can score from 15 yards, but not with all those players in front of him. He gets a hard poke check there from the defender, who is marking Levine. He gives it up again in front. Running towards the goal is Jonathan Ritter. Ritter trying to get a shot off. Loose ball scooped up over there by Stephen Crocker. Goes behind the goal. Trying to short hop it was Lewis. He's bothered back there by James Halloran, number 9. Halloran lays a hard stick check that knocks the ball loose, but it's scooped up again by North with possession in the attacking zone. A difficult bounce pass to handle. Going past James Gagnon, goes out of bounds, and it'll be South's possession. So a decent chance there by North, but they come away from that bit of pressure scoreless and still trailing by 4, 7-3. 6:37 to go in the lacrosse game now. 7-3, Nashua High South in white and in purple numerals, and you got the Titans, of course, in the dark jerseys and white numbers. Intra-city rivalry was a 2-2 game for much of this one until South started to pull away in the second half. Right off the bat, they got the third goal. They were up 5-2. They were up 6-3, now 7-3. And looking for more here after withstanding that bit of pressure from North. Ball in front, trying the one-timer there was Auger, but he wasn't able to grab it. Downfield, the ball comes. It is loose and out of bounds as the whistle blows it dead over on the far side of the field. See who inbounds it. It looks like it's going to be the Panthers ball to inbound. And with it, the Panthers have it. Shot is deflected away. A running try there by William Neighbor, number 20 for the Panthers, trying to launch it on the fly. High degree of difficulty there as it goes out of bounds. 5:50 to go, under 6 minutes now. The Panthers comfortably in control of the game and the ball at the moment. Stephen Morgan, who has scored from almost that spot. He had a wraparound goal a few minutes ago. Peter Gill trying to maneuver. He's been an offensive force for the Panthers in this game. He is getting some help, of course, from Neighbor. Neighbor still has it. Being stick checked, but he gets by 2 or 3 Titans defenders before they stick check the ball out of his possession. Gill just plows over one of the Titans defenders. I believe that was Daniel Casey, the sophomore, taking the hit from the senior. Gill is back there to get it. It's legal to hit guys on the front, not on the back in lacrosse. But sometimes you get hit in the front, you have your head down, and you pay the price. Trying to maneuver with it. Is Nicholas Serra's shot and a goal. From down deep, teaming up on that goal right there was William Neighbor and I believe Peter Gill. They just proving a little bit too much for the Titans defenders at the moment and starting to pull away. 8-3. Players on both teams gasping for air. The technical skill of the front men for the Panthers, though, taking their toll on the Titans here late in this one. 4:54 left in the lacrosse game. And play whistle live at midfield. It's a lengthy scrum. Lacrosse field is 80 yards long. You have both nets at the 10 yards lines in football, so some quick math. You got the midfield stripe is really the 40-yard mark away from the netting. Nashua South just making it very difficult for the Titans to get anything going here in the offensive end. Playing some very solid defense in the second half. Since being down 2-0, it's been almost all Nashua South. There's been one goal mixed in there by the Titans, but the Panthers have just come on offense relentlessly since about halfway through the first half, about halfway through the second quarter, I should say. They have just dominated the play and right into the middle of the beginning of the third quarter. It's just been all South since early in the game. They are carrying the play here and the ball at the moment. 3:55 to go. Panthers trying to find somebody out in front. Gill with the one-timer, misses, but picking up the ball, looses Morgan in exactly the right spot. Nearly had the wraparound again, and the relentless pressure continues. Over the top shot tried there by William Neighbor, and it goes wide. So all the chances belong to the Panthers here. 8-3, 3:30 to go in the lacrosse game. You could hear that stick check all the way up here as backing his way into the goal was Stephen Morgan. And he took a hard slap from the stick of Nicholas Coffey, who has the ball right now. He feeds his goaltender, and Spencer Rancourt will try to launch it, and he goes back to his teammate and defenseman Nicholas Coffey, back to the goaltender, looking for a player that's open. He lands on the shot, though. It's a loose ball in front, nearly getting another chance, a gift really, in front with the Panthers. It is in the Titans' offensive zone now. The Panthers scooping it up. Loose ball is picked up by the Titans, and a whistle, though. Frustrating whistle for the Titans, who thought that they had an offensive chance, a rare one here in the second half, only to have it whistled dead, and it's a turnover. It'll be South's possession. The hard rubber ball is bounced over toward the midfield area on the sideline. And Andrew Kyriakakos will do the honors for South as he gets it downfield to his teammate on the far side of the field. That looks like number 25, was it? Stephen Hall with it now. the Panthers, Andrew Kiriakakos, a blast up high, right side, top shelf, fourth floor. Goal scored by Andrew Kiriakakos. Well, that's a nice shot in hockey. It's a nice shot in lacrosse. And it's both equally effective when you tickle the twine up on the upper edges like Andrew Kiriakakos just did. It's a 9-3 advantage for Nashua South. The offensive players for the Panthers really putting on a display here late in this one. As I theorized earlier, it's always more fun to play offense than defense when you are tired. That really comes into play, as it's just a lot of work to keep running and keep fighting for 48 minutes of lacrosse on this giant playing surface. And it's taken its toll as the Nashua Panthers offensive players have just had their way late in this one. Under 2.5 minutes to go now. A flag flies. Not sure what's going on here, but some bit of, let's see, from the officials' indication, he may have just said either holding or slashing or unsportsmanlike conduct. But a flag flies, and we have a penalty being assessed here. And I'm going to have to count some bodies to decide who it's against. We have no public address announcements here in boys lacrosse. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 South Panthers on the field right now, not counting the goaltenders. 9 offensive players for South. So we have a penalty against the Titans. The power play for the Panthers, who are already up 9-3 and looking for double digits. Titans steal away possession, however, and 2 minutes to go, they have a chance for a shorthanded tally. Pass goes all the way down into the deep left corner of the Panthers' end. And some bodies flying over there. It's turned into a rather rugby scrum, but the Titans are coming away with it. Jonathan Ritter, the senior, trying to get something going here late. Nice feed down deep. Do they have time? There's a flag that flies, and we have a penalty coming up. And it looks like an elbow call, warding off call coming up against the Panthers. That could even up the sides now at 8-8, 8 players apiece. Good bit of pressure put on there by the Titans. 9-3, 1.5 minutes to go, 1:35 left in this one. The Titans with possession. Number 20 is Mark Levine. Feeds it down deep. Thought about a shot, but then held on to it. Loose ball is fought for and picked up by Jonathan Ritter. Ritter able to keep the possession alive. Shot, a hard one, misses to the left by Tyler Lewis on a good setup from Ritter. Clock momentarily stops while the ball is retrieved from behind the back line. And with it now is Levine, looking for an opening. Being checked about 10 yards from the goal. Mark Levine wheeling and dealing, throws it down deep, a good pass, over the top shot, great save by Cunningham. Right in the midsection, there was a no-go for the Titans. Under a minute to go left now in the game. 9-3, the Panthers with the lead in the possession here, deep in their own end. A stick check springs the ball loose, but Cunningham right on the spot. Another flag. The officials trying to keep control of this game here late. And there it is, the whistle. That shot into the net, which you may have seen after the whistle, does not count. It appears there's going to be a penalty coming up here against the Titans. And the official pointing, I believe, at number 34, James Gagnon. To the sidelines he goes. 41.2 seconds left to go in the game. A very pleasant spring evening here at Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. And that maybe a timeout call down in the field. The coaches, I think, want to get control of the kids' emotions here late in this one, as the issue of who would win or lose has been decided. They don't want any unsportsmanlike episodes, I think, to crop up, and that would be maybe what Coach Bertrand and Coach Iaquinta are talking about here with 41 seconds left to go. I'm John Collins, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, and Mark Janes has been on our camera today. Tim O'Neill, our color analyst, also sometime cameraman. Thanking him, I want to thank him for his duties here this evening. Our executive producer has been Pete Johnson. 41.2 seconds left to go in the game. Hopefully we'll see one of these two teams in the playoffs later this spring. There's always a chance that could happen, and the baseball schedule will continue on Nashua's ETV this weekend. We're covering 3 teams in Nashua and high school baseball: Bishop Girton, Nashua High South, Nashua High North. Those games are played at Stellos Stadium, Holman Stadium in Nashua, former home of the Nashua Pride. So the coaches have had their powwow with their student athletes, and we are ready to play the final 41.2 seconds of this one. Possession has been sorted out, and it goes to the Panthers. Peter Gill, actually Andrew Kirakakos with it. Shot and a goal. Kirakakos unstoppable here late in this one with the same type of modus operandi, sprinting down the right slot and launching shots toward the right upper corner. Makes it a double-digit score for the Panthers, 10-3. So Kirakakos getting in some valuable game practice. Takes full advantage of the 11 of the 41 seconds that were remaining after that timeout. Now 30.6 seconds left to go in the game. It's the Panthers dominating here in the second half. The story in this one, the majority of their team upperclassmen, and that's taken a toll on the much younger Titans team. Trying to get that last half-minute score here is number 24, Austin Bauer. He goes down deep with possession. He's being marked intensely, though, by John Buren Jr. and a host of Nashua Panther defenders who are playing hard to the finish here. 10.7 seconds remain as the whistle blows. And it looks like John Buren Jr. has been taken off the field here late in this one. I think play got maybe a little bit too aggressive for the officials' liking. That one rings off the post. We had a good look at that terrific shot off the stick of number 22, Brian Renzi, and the frustration ringing the post there, literally, on the part of the Nashua High School North Titans, who come up short in this one. Celebration time for the Nashua High Panthers as they go to a record of 3-4 on the season. It'll be a 2-3 record for the Titans as they come away from Stellos Stadium this evening. Thanks again to my analyst, color analyst Tim O'Neill, and our cameraman Mike Janes. I'm John Collins. Our executive producer has been Pete Johnson. You've been watching the Nashua ETV broadcast of the Nashua High School South and North Boys Lacrosse game. The final score for the final time, 10-3. The South Panthers beat the North Titans in this one. Thank you for watching Nashua's ETV, and from home, make that from Stellos Stadium. Good night, everybody.